That's nice, huh? I like it. So whatever. Yeah, I'm just kind of, I'm in sort of a, what's the word? Mode. I'm subdued. That's the word. I'm in this subdued mode. I'm just kind of sitting here thinking about things. How to go about things. How? Anyway, okay, you know what? This is an Untethered Friday, so let's talk about a subject. So, welcome to Untethered Fridays. I'm your host, Jennifer Sullivan. So, I think we should talk about, letting go, maybe, or yeah, letting go of things. Maybe like, it's hard when someone does something that upsets you. And it's hard not to think, not to be angry, and not to want to say something. And I guess that's not bad. You know, you're going to you know, you're gonna feel this. You're gonna feel what you feel. That's great. You're gonna feel what you're gonna feel, right? Natural. Your feelings are natural, and whatever it is valid, right? That's the right word for it. Valid. Whatever you feel is valid. Whatever you think is fine too. You know, it's just a matter of not acting from those places, not speaking from those places. I knew that when I was younger, in a sense. I remember I had a rule in my early 20s, that if I was angry with somebody, I wouldn't talk to them about it for 3 days. Like, and I'd tell them, like, give me a couple of days. I don't want to say something that, I don't want to, that I'll regret. I want to be thinking with a clear mind when I speak to you, basically. So I'm working on clearing my mind. Anyway, so I think that part of handling being angry at someone is clearing your mind, and that's can be hard to do, and it can take some time. The thoughts and the feelings are there, and they're going to be there, and you should feel them. You should not push them away. You should not think, I shouldn't be feeling this. All of that is valid. What is important, I think, is to realize you can't control other people's behaviors. You can't control what other people think or feel. You can only control how you react to it. And that's what we're learning here, right? That's the whole point of this channel. The whole point of this show, right? My lips are really dry. The whole point of the show is to learn to think, sorry, my lips are dry. To react differently to thoughts and feelings, right? When I was younger, I probably would have had a better reaction. Younger, like in my early 20s, like when I said, like, I gotta wait a couple of days before we talk because I don't want to say something stupid. It's been a while since then, though. So, and other habits have creeped in. So, point being, recognizing that the other person whatever you want them to know or think or feel, it doesn't matter. It's silly and a little arrogant and absurd to think that you can control another person's behaviors, control their words, control their feelings, or that you have any right to say what they should or shouldn't be. You know, this is great. Look at that. That's fantastic, guys. Let's see if we can do it this way. So, we can only do what we can do. We can only, oh man, I look tired. We can only, you know, we feel and we think how we think, feel and think. And in general, we think we're right. I think it's important to examine that assumption. I certainly always think I'm right. But I'm open to not being right. I'm open to different information. I'll take it on board. I'll think about it. It's frustrating when the other person won't do that. Like think, hey, maybe I'm wrong. You know, let's examine this from the other person's point of view. But again, I cannot, nor should I, be able to control someone else's thoughts and feelings. You can't. We can't. One can't. I'm not talking about a personal experience or anything here. So, I think knowing that, that's something that one must work on accepting, because you really do feel sometimes like that shouldn't be this way. They shouldn't think that. They shouldn't feel that. It's unfair, you know, and feeling personally offended by it, honestly. Because honestly, especially if they're telling you how you think and feel, it's a reflection of them. It's all about them. It is all about them. And they're, you know, I want to say aiming their shit at you. You can't know what someone's thinking or feeling, right? But it seems to me, or seems like sometimes people are just kind of aim their shit at you because they're angry at themselves. Or it doesn't, you know what? It doesn't matter what the reason is. It does feel unfair. It can feel personally insulting. Especially if the person's close to you, or supposed to be close to you. But again, right? Supposed to. We, having expectations about someone's behavior or what they should or shouldn't do is just setting yourself up for a world of hurt. Accepting the person's behavior as it comes is the goal. You don't have to like it. You can try and understand it. But you don't even have to understand it. The goal is just to accept it. Like, okay, that's what's being said. That's what's being done. All right. I mean, there's not anything I can do about it, right? So, how do you work on that acceptance? How do you work on letting go of your ideas of what people should be doing or shouldn't be doing, or should be saying or shouldn't be saying, or should be understanding or not be understanding? Should be understanding, right? Should know something that they don't know, right? They can't know it if they don't know, even if it seems to you that they should. They can't, because it also, the person is different, right? They don't think the same way as you do, and they're not going to come to the same conclusions. And depending on how well they are able to look at themselves. And I'm not saying I'm perfect either. You know, you can't force someone to understand something, or force someone to look inside. Just have to accept that a person is the way they are, right? And what you learn about who a person is, who they are, by the way they, not by their words, by their actions. And that's just, it's just a matter of accepting it. Those birds are not going to pull on me. They're going to fly over. It's going to be wonderful. See, not pooping. Nope, they're all flying over, and they're all keeping it inside of them. It's all inside of them. No pooping. Okay. So the person is who they are. Any person is who they are. And whatever they do is whatever they do. Setting expectations is pointless. And setting expectations is pointless. And it's easy to say that, right? We have our own expectations. If we do have expectations of people, we have our givens and our lines and they're all different, right? So the truth is, no one really truly understands another. I mean, maybe after like years and years and years of living together, and actually paying attention to who the person is. My skin is so dry. So dry. I shouldn't have touched my face. That's gonna be pimply now. So yeah, so I think it's easy to say accept the person, accept what they've done or what they're doing or whatever and what they're going to do, because that's gonna hurt. Not looking forward to that. But she's gonna do whatever she does. They're gonna do whatever they do. And I think the key is just to like put on the suit of armor if you have to. And how do you let go of that? Like, you just breathe, right? I mean, relax and release, right? So with this energy stuff, I am releasing a lot of energy, and wow, that's crazy. No, but people, there's this one particular energy that's like really stubborn. I mean, not that it has an actual personality, but look at that. So dry, it's split. But you know what? That's the way it is. They're so dry. I have chapstick at home, or lip balm or whatever. Like you can't. Sorry, just dry. I'm dry, and it's gross. So saying, all right, I accept that this person is who they are, is a lot easier than actually doing it. So when your emotional reaction hits to whatever it is they're doing, whenever you get triggered, I think the key is to be aware of it. Oh, the key is to be aware of it. And instead of looking at them, look at yourself. Why are you reacting that way? Ask yourself why you're reacting that way. What in you did they hit? No matter what right or wrong is, what did they hit? And can you let go of that? Because not only are you letting go of, like, oh, this person shouldn't be this way or shouldn't do this thing. You're letting go of the hurt that not only they caused, but that they brought up. And that's a good thing. Sorry, I'm just thinking this out. And so that's something. And again, it's just relaxing, like again and again, right? It's just relaxing and releasing. Like something happens, you have an emotional reaction. You know, ideally, you know, we're in the moment and we're all aware of what our mind and our thoughts are doing. Not always, right? It's hard to be that way. I mean, we're working on it. But and it's hard. Sometimes it's like I didn't remember. I could relax and release. I just feel shitty and want to react. Relax and release. Relax and release. So these emotions come in, and you have to let them pass through you. And I never really knew what that meant until this energy stuff started happening. There is a block that it actually physically hurts in certain areas that I need to get rid of, and I am getting rid of it. It's just like, oh, and I'm hoping when I get rid of that, there's a lot there. I'm hoping like my Shakti starts to flow, and we'll see whatever the universe has in store. Here's the other thing, right? Looking at this person or that person, and what they're bringing up in you, it's an opportunity for healing. So, you know, be grateful for it. And it's hard to say that. It's easy to say that and hard to do sometimes, but letting go of the hurt and the anger is worth the effort. And it's easier every time, supposedly. No, it is. I just haven't had to really do, or haven't done it as much as I probably should have. Or should do. Sorry, this energy is like, yeah, anyway. It's like part of it's right here. Anyway. Yeah, so I think just constantly keeping in mind that all of this stuff is an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to practice relaxing and releasing, an opportunity to become a better person. You know, and even this whole I'm a better person thing, like that's something I have to address, and I am addressing it, right? Like I'm not better. You know what I mean? Like we're all equally good. And honestly, like earth logic, right? Good and bad. This is great. This is what we agreed to in the soul plane. And it's being played out, and I am going to grab it and use it. And when I'm feeling a little better, I will go about the whole new leaf stuff, because I was really excited about like getting rid of all the stuff. Okay, you know what? This is not the place for that. I think. One should always be grounded when one says or does something. When, you know, there are emotions involved. And that's relaxing and releasing. I'm just repeating myself here, but you get the idea. Don't have expectations of other people. Accept what they do and they say, just as they are. And anything that is done that touches you, relax and release. Look inward and see what it was touching. Take the opportunity to heal. And release as much of it as you can. You know, it gets better. It does get easier. But it's hard sometimes. Especially if it's like really emotional. But practice on the small things, right? That's what Michael Singer says. Practice on the weather. Practice on driving or whatever. So the bigger things are easier to accept. So that's something that I, you know, haven't worked on as much lately, and I think that's another great opportunity to work on that, to heal stuff from the past, to learn to accept someone as they are and their behavior and words and whatever, their energy, accept it as they are. It's the way, it's the way it should be. The way it is the way it should be. Because that's the way it is. You know? Oh my God. So, I will say that I'm grateful for that, and I'm grateful for you guys, and I hope that this is somewhat useful to you all, and that's probably about it. So I'll just remind you that no matter how subdued you may be, and how much you have to think about, and how much work you have to do, that you can always choose to have a grateful day.